Good morning, students. See, now I am explaining again effects of various transactions on the accounting equation. See the table given here. First transaction is of capital. If rupees 50,000 brought in by owner, it means owner invested rupees 50,000 cash into the business. The accounting effects will be, in asset, cash will increase by rupees 50,000 and capital will increase by rupees 50,000. Okay, and if it is given in the problem that started business with cash rupees 20,000, furniture 30,000, goods 40,000, creditors 10,000, then in this transaction cash will increase by rupees 20,000, furniture by rupees 30,000, stock of goods by rupees 40,000, creditors will increase by rupees 10,000 and capital will increase by rupees 80,000. 80,000 कसे आलेत बघा, तर cash 20 plus 30, furniture plus stock 40, this is 90,000 minus liability 10,000, so the capital will increase by rupees 80,000. Okay, now the next transaction, drawings. If it is given in the problem that cash withdrawn, here example is given, cash withdrawn rupees 4,000, then cash will decrease by rupees 4,000 and capital will decrease by rupees 4,000. If in the problem they have told us that something is purchased by the owner for personal use, here the example is given, purchased refrigerator of rupees 12,000 for personal use, then the owner, that is proprietor, is using rupees 12,000 cash from the business, so cash of business will be reduced by rupees 12,000, and so as it is drawings of the owner, capital will reduce by rupees 12,000. Third example, goods of rupees 1,000, selling price rupees 1,200, used for personal use. Here selling price is not important because selling price is charged to the customers, not the owner. So goods of rupees 1,000 used for personal use. As he is taking away goods from the business for personal use, stock will be reduced, that is stock of goods will be reduced by rupees 1,000, and at the same time drawings will be deducted from capital and capital will be reduced by rupees 1,000. Okay, understood? Now the next transaction, purchase of goods. If cash purchases are given, that is cash purchases अशी एंट्री असेल किंवा goods purchase for cash असे असेल किंवा only goods purchased rupees and amount is given. Here one example is given, if cash purchases of rupees 6,000, then this is purchase of goods for cash. In this transaction, as we are purchasing goods, our stock of goods will increase by rupees 6,000. We are paying cash, so our cash will decrease by rupees 6,000 and nothing will be happened to liabilities and capital. If credit purchases are there, here they may have told us that goods were purchased on credit or party's name will be given in the transaction. See the example, credit purchases of goods rupees 5,000, means goods purchased on credit rupees 5,000. Here as we are purchasing goods, our stock will increase by rupees 5,000, and as we are purchasing goods on credit, new liability will be created, namely creditors, and creditors will increase by rupees 5,000, means आधी 0 creditors होते, आता 5,000 creditors झालेले असतील या ट्रान्झॅक्शनमुळे. Now the next transaction, sale of goods. Cash sale of rupees 9,000 at cost, means goods sold for cash rupees 9,000 असं दिलेलं असेल किंवा नुसतं असं दिलेलं असेल की cash sales किंवा sold goods rupees 9,000, then it means cash sale. Okay, so see the example, cash sales of rupees 9,000 at cost. Here we are selling goods and receiving cash, so our cash will increase by rupees 9,000 and our stock of goods will be decreased by rupees 9,000. There will be no effect in liabilities and capital. Second example of sale, credit sale of rupees 4,000. Here we are selling goods on credit to the customer. So as we are selling goods, our stock will reduce by rupees 4,000 and new asset will be created, namely debtors, that is credit customers, and it will increase by rupees 4,000. No effect in liabilities and capital. Third, goods costing rupees 400 sold at a profit of rupees 100 in cash. So cost of goods is rupees 400 and they are sold at profit of rupees 100, means they are sold at rupees 500. Okay, so selling price will be cost 400 plus profit 100. So selling price will be rupees 500. Here, as we are charging the selling price rupees 500, we are receiving cash rupees 500. So our cash will increase by rupees 500 and our stock of goods will be decreased by rupees 400 as goods are going out costing rupees 400. Here there is a profit of rupees 100 which will be added in capital. Okay, next, goods costing rupees 700 sold at profit of rupees 200 on credit. Here cost of goods is rupees 700 and we are selling it at a profit of rupees 200, means for rupees 900, but on credit. So we are not receiving cash here. Okay, this is a credit transaction. So our stock will be reduced by rupees 700 as cost of goods is rupees 700 and new asset, that is debtors, which will be increased by rupees 900. Understood? उधारीनी म्हणजे क्रेडिटवर गुड्स सोल्ड केलेले असल्यामुळे अमाऊंट रिसिवेबल फ्रॉम कस्टमर विच इज कॉल्ड ॲज डेटर्स ते इन्क्रीज होतील 900 रुपीजनी. स्टॉक ऑफ गुड्समधून 700 कॉस्टचे गुड्स आपल्याकडनं जात आहेत म्हणून तेवढे कमी होतील अँड प्रॉफिट ऑफ रुपीज 200 विल बी ॲडेड इन कॅपिटल. ओके, नेक्स्ट, डिस्काउंट अलाउड. Received rupees 800 from debtors in full settlement of rupees 900. See, here they told us that amount receivable from debtors was rupees 900, but now we have received rupees 800 from debtors in full settlement. It means we are giving 100 rupees discount. We are allowing 100 rupees discount to the debtor, that is our customer, credit customer. So we are receiving cash rupees 800, our cash will increase by rupees 800 and as he is making full settlement his account will be cancelled, so debtors will be reduced by rupees 900. Here we are at loss of rupees 100 which is discount allowed by us to the customer, so the loss of rupees 100 will be deducted from capital. Discount received. See, paid rupees 12,000 to creditors in full settlement of rupees 13,500. We know the meaning of creditors. Creditors means our suppliers from whom we have purchased goods on credit. So paid rupees 12,000 to creditors in full settlement of rupees 13,500 means amount payable by us to the suppliers was rupees 13,500, but now we have paid rupees 12,000 in full settlement. So our cash will be reduced by rupees 12,000 as we are paying the amount to the creditors in full settlement. Our creditors will reduce by rupees 13,500 and here we have received discount of rupees 1,500 which will be added in capital. Now next transaction, purchase of fixed asset. Fixed asset means anything, machinery, furniture, motor car, land and building, etc. Here the example is given, furniture purchased of rupees 9,000 in cash. As we are purchasing furniture of rupees 9,000 in cash, furniture will come into our business and cash will go out. So our furniture asset will be increased by rupees 9,000, that is new asset is created, and cash will be reduced by rupees 9,000. No effect on capital or liabilities. Next, depreciate furniture by rupees 1,000. Here we are showing, that is we are depreciating our fixed asset, okay, by rupees 1,000. We know what is the meaning of depreciation. Depreciation is reduction in the value of asset due to its use or wear and tear. So our furniture will reduce by rupees 1000, and rupees 1000 reduction in the value of our asset is our loss, so it will be deducted from capital. Understood? Next point, charity. Goods of rupees 600 given as charity, selling price rupees 800. चॅरिटी म्हणून आपण 600 रुपीजचे गुड्स देतो आहे. सो अवर स्टॉक ऑफ गुड्स विल बी रिड्यूस्ड बाय रुपीज 600, अँड ॲज इट इज अवर एक्सपेन्सेस कॅपिटल विल बी रिड्यूस्ड बाय रुपीज 600. इथे सेलिंग प्राईसचा काही उपयोग आपल्याला करायचा नाही आहे. सेलिंग प्राईस विल बी चार्ज ओनली टू द कस्टमर्स. नेक्स्ट पॉईंट, लॉस बाय फायर. गुड्स ऑफ रुपीज 400 लॉस्ट बाय फायर, सेलिंग प्राइस रुपीज 450. लॉस बाय फायर, फायर म्हणजे आगीमुळे गुड्स जळालेले आहेत 400 रुपयांचे. सो अवर स्टॉक विल बी रिड्यूस्ड बाय रुपीज 400, अँड लॉस बाय फायर इज अवर लॉस, सो इट विल बी डिडक्टेड फ्रॉम कॅपिटल. एक्सपेन्सेस, पेड रेंट ऑफ रुपीज 2000. हियर वी हॅव टेकन एक्झाम्पल ऑफ रेंट. एनी एक्सपेन्सेस you can take, paid salary, paid wages, paid advertisement expenses, paid other some expenses, etc. Paid rent of rupees 2000. Here cash will be reduced by rupees 2000 and expenses will be deducted from capital rupees 2000. Next point, income. Any income you can take. Example is given, received interest of rupees 3000. As we are receiving interest, we are receiving cash. So our cash is increased by rupees 3000, and capital will be increased as income will be added in capital. So capital will be increased by rupees 3000. Now the outstanding expenses. Example, salary outstanding of rupees 1000. Salary outstanding means it is due but not paid, means it is payable. Okay, so new liability will be created, namely outstanding salary, which will be increased by rupees 1000, and capital will be reduced by rupees 1000 because this salary is payable but it is related to current year expense, so it will be deducted from capital. Next, accrued income. Commission accrued of rupees 500. Accrued income means due but not received. It is receivable. कमिशन येणे आहे पण अजून आलेलं नाही. इट इज रिसिवेबल. सो आवर ॲसेट विल इन्क्रीज्ड बाय रुपीज 500. न्यू ॲसेट विल बी क्रिएटेड, नेमली accrued income, that is accrued commission, and our capital will be increased by rupees 500 because this commission is the income of current year. So income will be added in capital. Okay. Now the next transaction, prepaid expenses. Insurance paid in advance rupees 300. Paid in advance means paid before it is due. It is called as prepaid. So it is prepaid insurance. As we are paying insurance in advance, our cash will be reduced by rupees 300 and new asset will be created, namely prepaid insurance, and it will be increased by rupees 300. It is considered as asset because we have paid the amount in advance but service is yet to be received. Something is receivable, service is receivable, anything receivable will be our asset. Okay. Next, unearned income. Example, commission received in advance. It means it is received but not due. याचा अर्थ आहे ती ड्यू नाही आहे पण आधीच आपल्याला मिळालेली आहे. कमिशन रिसिव्ड इन ॲडव्हान्स म्हणजे आपल्याला कॅश मिळालेली आहे बट सर्विस इज येट टू बी गिव्हन फॉर दॅट. ओके. सो कॅश विल बी इन्क्रीज्ड बाय रुपीज 600 अँड अनअर्न्ड कमिशन, दॅट इज कमिशन रिसिव्ड इन ॲडव्हान्स, यू कॅन से this liability will increase by rupees 600. It is considered as liability because service is yet to be given, means service is payable. Okay, service देणे बाकी आहे. Anything payable is our liability, so liability is increased here. Next, interest on capital. Allow interest on capital of rupees 700. See, interest on capital means interest charged on capital given by the owner. This will be expense of the business, because as owner is giving capital to our business, we are giving him interest for his given amount. Okay, so it will be expense of the business, so it will be deducted from capital, but at the same time it will be added in capital because it is income of the owner. आपण ओनरला 700 रुपीज रोख देणार नाही आहोत, तर त्याच्या कॅपिटलमध्ये आपण ते ॲड करून ठेवणार आहोत, सो ते ॲड होतात. ओके. इंटरेस्ट ऑन ड्रॉइंग्स. चार्ज इंटरेस्ट ऑन ड्रॉइंग्स ऑफ ₹400. इंटरेस्ट ऑन ड्रॉइंग्स. ड्रॉइंग्स मीन्स कॅश और गुड्स विथड्रॉन बाय द प्रोप्रायटर फॉर पर्सनल यूज. ओनर पर्सनल यूजसाठी जी अमाऊंट विथड्रॉ करतो त्याच्यावर बिझनेस इंटरेस्ट चार्ज करतो, सो इट विल बी इन्कम ऑफ द बिझनेस. As it is income of the business, it will be added in capital, so capital will be increased by ₹400, and at the same time we are charging interest on drawings on owner's amount, so we will deduct it from his capital. आपण त्याच्याकडून ₹400 रोख वसूल करणार नाही आहोत, तर ते त्याच्या कॅपिटलमधून खर्ची टाकणार आहोत. See this question. This type of questions are very common. Give an example for each of the following types of transactions. First, increase in one asset and decrease in another asset. Here one table is given. See the table. First transaction, they asked us increase in one asset and decrease in another asset. We can give example, purchase of machinery for cash. Here we can also say that purchase of building, purchase of furniture, or purchase of goods, etc. for cash. Here machinery will be increased and cash will be decreased. Second, decrease in asset and decrease in owner's capital. Example, cash withdrawn by the owner. Here there will be decrease in cash. Cash is our asset, and there will be decrease in owner's capital. Third, increase in asset and increase in owner's capital. If additional capital introduced by the owner, then there will be increase in asset cash and increase in owner's capital. Next, increase in one liability and decrease in another liability. If we have accepted bills payable, then the liability bills payable will increase and creditors, that is our liability, will decrease. Means one liability will increase, one liability will decrease. I will explain in detail the meaning of bills payable afterwards. Fifth, increase in asset, increase in liability. Example, purchase of furniture on credit. We can purchase anything on credit for this question. Here we will increase our furniture, that is asset, and there will be increase in liability, that is creditors. Sixth, increase in liability and decrease in owner's capital. This is the example, outstanding expenses. In liabilities, new liability, outstanding expenses will be increased, and there will be decrease in owner's capital because outstanding expenses, these expenses are related to current year. Now last example, decrease in asset and decrease in liability. Example is payment to creditors. Here, as we are paying amount to our creditors, there will be decrease in cash, that is our asset, and there will be also decrease in our liability, that is creditors. Okay, understood?